You ever go down one of those YouTube rabbit holes where you just watch some highlights from some obscure player from 15 years ago? I ended up watching Derrick Rose highlights for no reason in particular from his MVP season, and the dude was just a freak athlete, the youngest player ever to win an MVP, the craziest athletic player. It just, when you watch him, and part of the reason why he got so hurt is that he played out of his mind, out of control. He jumped as high as he could jump. He stopped on a dime. And I was watching one of those professional YouTube doctors that are like, this is why you get hurt when you do this. The patellar nucleoflamumbo, it gets extreme tension on it, and that's when it snaps. And you're like, I don't know what you just said, but you look smart. I'm gonna trust whatever. And what he does is when he lands, he doesn't bend his knees or fall down to the ground in a graceful manner. He kind of lands with his legs straight and he stops on a dime. The problem with that is that A, it looks cool as shit, but at the same time, it leads you to a higher chance of injury. And as we all know, Derrick Rose is the injury king. So this is kind of the, with injuries turned off, how good could Derrick Rose be rebuild? Now we are in the 2010s. We're taking on the Miami Heatles. They got LeBron, they got D-Wade, they got Bosh, they got a whole bunch of crap players around them, but we're going to see how good this team is. We don't have a Jimmy Buckets. We do have an in his prime Carlos Boozer. Joakim Noah when he wasn't an abomination of a player. Luol Deng before he became the highest paid player to sit on the bench and do nothing. This team was actually really fun. So we got Derrick Rose, of course. CJ Watson was actually a pretty good backup. Harvey Fox, I don't know if you're real. Kyle Korver, everybody's favorite sharpshooter. He was the original JJ Redick. Keith Bogans, oh man, these names. Luol Deng, of course. Ronnie Brewer was a mediocre role player. James Johnson, when he was 23 years old, he still looked like he was 40. Carlos Boozer and then Taj Gibson, the two balding power forwards. They were basically the exact same player. Just, you know, Taj Gibson was the second coming. Kurt Thomas was really old at this point. Brian Scalabrine. Wow, I didn't know he played for the Bulls. Joakim Noah and Omer Asik. I think Omer got a ridiculous contract too. We're just going to kind of see how good this team can be for us. Anyway, Derrick Rose, Kyle Korver, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, and Joakim Noah. Off the bench is Ronnie Brewer, CJ Watson, Taj Gibson, and Keith Bogans. Ugh. Preseason Power Kings, we are second for 2K Sports, third for Eric Boner. Of course, the Miami Heatles are first, and this was when they began their 4-year reign on the East. So the first year it was Heat Thunder, second year it was first year was Heat Mavericks, second year was Heat Thunder, third year was Heat Spurs, fourth year was Heat Spurs. This was when the Bulls and the Pacers were always battling with them, and the Celtics were starting to age out. KG, Perkins, Shaq, Ray Allen, they just were a little bit too old at this point in their career. And when does Jimmy Butler get drafted? I think that's coming up soon. No surprises, LeBron James wins MVP, 38 and 9, 1 steal, 1 block, 58 from the field, 76 from the free throw line, and 39% from three. Come on, 2K, what are we doing here? Blake Griffin does win Rookie of the Year, 21 and 13 for the Clip City. Manu Ginobili, 6th Man of the Year. Dwight Howard, Defensive Player of the Year. Russell Westbrook is the most improved as Tom Thibodeau wins Coach of the Year. I should have made a funny name. Well, Tyrone Murray, I guess, is fun enough. All-NBA first team, Derrick Rose on the All-NBA second team. We should have some good defenders too. We have no defenders on any All-NBA teams. We're like the defensive menaces of the NBA. Hello? That's cool, I guess. Well, the league leader in scoring goes to the king, LeBron bleepin' James. Kevin Durant right behind him. Derrick Rose is third. Man, prime vintage D Rose it's just, go watch some of the highlights. It's one of the greatest athletes you'll ever see. And he wasn't like out of control Russell Westbrook. He had a finesse and a smoothness to his game. He was just so erratic that his knees couldn't handle it. Kevin Love leads the NBA in rebounds and assists is Rajon Rondo. Steals is Rajon Rondo. Blocks is Andrew Bogut, and field goal percentages is Dwight Howard. Free throws goes to Stephanie Curry. He seems to be like a pretty good player. Man, if I was the Minnesota Timberwolves, I would draft him. And the three-point king is J.R. Smith. Oh, you love to see it. How did we do though? Specifically us, the Chicago Bulls, led by D Rose, 28 points for him. Boozers, 18 and 11 is actually really good. Luol Deng was solid, 16 for him. Kyle Korver only 11. Joakim Noah 10 and 14. You love that. What did Joakim Noah shoot from the free throw line? I'm curious. because that free throw stroke is horrific. 66%. You don't like that. 3-point shooting, D Rose 36, Corver 42, Luol Deng 34, Bogans 33. Just absolute yikes. The one thing about this Bulls team is their offense was pathetic. Plus minuses though, Derrick Rose good, Jokic Noah good, Boozer good, Corver good, Dang good, Ronnie Brewer. Ronnie Brewer was actually good. So was Taj Gibson. So was CJ Watson. This whole team just like they really meshed very well. If it wasn't for those damn injuries, man, this Bulls team should have won a championship. But that's the way of the NBA. And now let's move on to the playoffs. Taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Y'all remember JJ Hickson? Oh, he was like an incredible player at a UNC. Anyway, Anderson Varejao, Boobie Gibson, Anton Jameson, Anthony. How did this team make the playoffs? This is the LeBron James list Cleveland Cavaliers. Are you kidding me? Also, we're gonna look at team stats. I apologize for that. Team stats. We were fourth offensively, number one defensively, giving us a 7.3, 17.3 point differential, number one in the NBA. Field goal percentages were fourth. 3-point percentages were sixth. And the free throw percentages doesn't really matter. Let's just sweep this pathetic team known as the Cleveland Cavaliers without LeBron James. Carlos Boozer with a 26 and 13 game. D Rose 23 and 15 as for them. Anton Jameson 26 for him. Mo Williams dropped 24. Yeah, you're gonna lose. I'm sorry. This is called a 4-0 sweep. Let's take on the Miami Heat. Did we really lose a game? Come on now. All right, 4-1, and here it is. Battle of the Heatles versus the Chicago Bulls. They should win this game, though. I mean, Chris Bosh is criminally underrated at an 89 overall. Udonis Haslem. Mario Chalmers, to me, should be about an 82. D-Wade, 94. I'm fine with that. LeBron should be a 99. Chris Bosh should be a 92. Joel Anthony is trash. Udonis Haslem. James Jones. Mike Miller should be like a 78. Eddie Howe should be a 77. Zildrunas should be an 80. Zildrunas Ilgauskas is one of the most underrated players in the history of basketball. I don't know what it is, but people forget about how good he was. Carlos Boozer, 22 and 14. D Rose, 18. We lost 92 to 86. D Wade popped off with 30. It's so funny. Those teams that Zildrunas Ilgauskas and LeBron James were on is we're about to get swept. 3-1. 3-2. And there you go. 4-2 to the Miami Heat. Now they're playing against the Boston Celtics. There was like LeBron James didn't have any help as wow. The Mavericks won as predicted by the gods, but they beat the Celtics. That was weird. Dirk Nowitzki wins Finals MVP. It's like, yeah, they made the finals with only LeBron James, but you're kind of underrating how good Big Zebo was. Is it Big Z? Zebo is Zach Randolph, but Big Z was Zildrunas Ilgauskas. He's like a legitimate player. Hall of Fame inductees is Shaq. Gonna get his jersey retired. So is Grant Hill. Historical changes. I don't care. I kind of wish that they didn't change the Washington Wizard logo. The new one they have now stinks. Any of these fun? No, 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 no. Okay, good stuff. On to the draft lottery. This is the Jimmy Butler draft, so we will be trading up no matter how good we are. The Kings are projected to go number 1, and it goes the Charlotte Bobcats, the Bucks, and the Raptors. As for us, we're going to be keeping on with Tom Thibodeau. As for now, to the NBA draft combine, the fastest man of the class is Three-Peat and Kyrie Irving. Most agile is Reggie Jackson and Adrian Potter. Highest vertical is Adrian Potter, Clarence Waters, Alexander Hunter. I don't think any of those players are real. Highest bench press is Al Harden and Wayne McCormick. And best shot three-pointer, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving. This is the Jonas Valanciunas, Kawhi Leonard draft class. Jimmy Buckets projected to go 7, 8. Yeah, we'll probably need to trade up to, at least 4. Make a move with the Sacramento Kings. The Kings aren't going to be good for like 15 years anyway, but can I get up to pick 4 and make sure that we can draft Jimmy Butler? It's meant to be. It's destiny. Luol Deng may have to go. That's a bit unfortunate to me, but we'll send over a future first from us. We'll send over a second. And there we go. The Sacramento Kings making bad front office moves as they're known to do. David Stern, rest in peace, the commissioner, announcing the draft. Number 1 overall to the Charlotte Bobcats goes Kawhi Leonard from San Diego State. 2 to the Bucks goes Alexander Hunter. Really? That's a yikes. 3 to the Raptors goes Kyrie Irving, and now here we are at pick 4, able to choose Jimmy Butler. Klay Thompson is here. Kemba Walker. I mean, he was just an incredible player until the injuries caught up with him, too, ironically. But where is my boy Jimmy? We just traded up a little higher than we needed to. It is what it is. Jimmy goes 4, and number 5 to the Timberwolves goes Jonas Valanciunas. 6 goes Bojan Bogdanovic. 7 goes some guy. 8 goes Klay Thompson. Really? 9 goes Louis Ryder, and 10 goes Drew Cheeks. Hopefully he isn't Cheeks. I don't know why they don't have the actual draft classes like all the way through. They only have, I mean, what, 5, 6 players that actually existed. But Kemba Walker falls to 17. That's disrespectful. Didn't he go number 1? Or am I crazy? He went like number 1 or number 2. Gonna be bringing everybody back. If they're bad, we trade them. If they're good, we re-sign them. Simple as that. And this is the Carmelo Anthony draft class. I can't bring him in. Al Horford would work. He's an upgrade from oh, he's a restricted free agent though. Yeah, no way we're getting him. Joakim Noah does need to come back. Zach Randolph, Tony Parker. I mean, we need a really strong 2 guard. If J.R. Smith is available for reasonable money, Nick Young, Al Korver and Keith Bogans are going to be gone for the Bucks first round pick. Top 3 protected. I don't expect anything to convey from that. I think they gave us a trash player. Who was it? Keon Dooling. Get out of my face. Brian Scalabrine. White Mamba is going to be here forever. We locked him up for 4 years because I need this man's on my team. But we do need to trade away some more junk like Keon Dooling. And now theoretically a Carmelo Anthony championship could work. This isn't the Carmelo Anthony rebuild. Him staying on the Nuggets is fine. I'm thinking, all right, here's what I'm thinking. Sign and trade Joakim Noah, or just sign him for now. I get a Greg Oden. Would they do that? How does this work? Release, decline. All right, well, the Trailblazers are going to sign Greg Oden anyway, so there's not a lot we can do there. Let's just simulate through Joakim Noah. We're bringing him back. Brutal, unfortunate. It is what it is. Who's the best available free agent left? Rodney Stuckey. What kind of money are we looking at? $7 million. Just not great. Thad Young could be a good backup. Vince Carter, JJ Barea. Sean Livingston could be fun. I can bring him in for about 4 years to be a combo backup guard. Then OJ Mayo will fall back on as well if we have to. There we go. Sean Livingston does want to sign with us. And I can't take OJ Mayo. I don't believe mid-level exceptions exist yet. We can try to bring in Daquan Cook. All right, that's our mid-level exception. Everybody else is minimum. And for free agency, Carmelo Anthony does return to the Nuggets. Thought about going after him, but it just doesn't make sense for this rebuild. Tony Parker back on the Spurs. Al Horford back to the Hawks. Michael Conley back to the Grizzlies. Zach Randolph to the Pacers. So they took Zach instead of Al Horford. Interesting. Marcus Gasol back on the Grizz. Joakim Noah back to us. Rodney Stuckey back on the Wolves. J.R. Smith to the Nets. And Nick Young to the Wizards. No major movement there. I like Joakim Noah. Don't get me wrong. I just want to know what we could get for him. Greg Oden, again, sounds a lot more fun with injuries off than Joakim Noah. Yao Ming. He's 30. Andre Bargnani. I need a good wing player who's ready to win now. That's what I want to kind of shake this up. Gerald Wallace could fit. Athletic, shoots the 3 okay. Jason Terry's too old. Like DeMar DeRozan would be nice. We compile all of our first round picks to get a DeMar. Give me 1 star on these picks, really? Okay, we set away all the first round picks that we achieved to get DeMar DeRozan on the team. That's going to be the major move. So Derrick Rose with Sean Livingston, injuries are off, backing him up. DeMar DeRozan is going to bump up to the 3. He plays the 4 now. Deal with it. Debo. Actually, who's taller? Jimmy. Jimmy's actually taller. So we'll play Jimmy at the 3. So D Rose, Sean Livingston, DeMar DeRozan, whatever. Jimmy Buckets. Carlos Boozer. We had to take on this garbage player. It is what it is. Taj Gibson. White Mamba. And Joakim Noah. We need a backup center and then we're set. Gonna take whoever this G League guy is because we need to win championships. We're trying to compete with what's it called? Well, when you're trying to compete with the Heat, you just got to make moves, and that's the moves that we're going to be making. So, for player progression, Derrick Rose up to a 96, Joakim Noah holding, Carlos Boozer starting to regress. It is what it is. Debo is only 21 years old. Sean Livingston, Jimmy Buckets, Taj Gibson. We're young, we're talented, we have a couple players in their prime ready to lead the way. We have a good balance of youth as well as young, athletic, hungry guards. And I think that's the path to success for this team. So, preseason power rankings, that's the standings. Preseason power rankings, we are second again to the Miami Heat. Is what it is. We just got to make do with that. And the 9-man rotation gonna look something like this, with Tom Thibodeau leading the way. Derrick Rose, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Buckets, Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah, Sean Livingston, this guy, Daquan Cook, Taj Gibson. The bench needs a little help. I will grant you that. But the starters, man, we're looking good. And at the All-Star break is Team LeBron James and Team Kobe Bean Bryant. May he rest in peace. On Team Kobe is Timothy Duncan, Kevin Durant, KG, and Russ. On the other side is Dirk Nowitzki, Dwight Howard, Derrick Rose, and D. Wade. For the reserves is Christopher Paul, Carmelo Anthony, Deron Williams, Rajon Rondo, Josh Smith, Kevin Love, and Big Man Powell. On the other side, Amari, Paul Pierce, Stephanie Curry, Zach Randolph, Blake Griffin, Jonathan Wall, and Joe Johnson, ISO Joe. We are 42-7. We are the best team in the NBA, just a tick ahead of the Heat. Which is just not fair, but it is what it is. Welcome to the NBA. We're good, man. There's not a lot that I want to improve upon. Like the bench, theoretically, wow, Derrick Rose is just getting better. Getting better with age. DeMar DeRozan's giving us 17. Jimmy's giving us 16. Boozer's giving us 14 and 10. Joakim Noah giving us 8 and 12. The only real thing I want to do besides improve the bench is get some better shooters, but that's it. Like, trade away Carlos Boozer for somebody who can actually shoot the three, and the rest of the team is ready to win. But what is Boozman going to give us really in a trade offer? Monta Ellis? I don't want to go that small, especially because we have to deal with big men of today's NBA. Like, we're still, Danny Granger, but he's 2 overalls worse. Nene can't shoot. Devin Harris is short. Yao Ming, but he's 31. Like, these just aren't trades that I really want to make. AK-47, but he's old as dirt. David West is old as dirt. Mike Conley, but we already have a point guard. DeAndre Jordan can't shoot. But listen, if we go DeAndre Jordan at the center for Joakim Noah, which is pretty much the same player, and then Joakim Noah for somebody who could shoot like Gerald Wallace. All right, here's the move. Bring Luol Deng back for Carlos Boozer. Bump him up to the 4. Trade away Joakim Noah for a younger... Brook Lopez is here, though. 86 overall, 23 years old. Do I want Brook Lopez? Do I want DeAndre Jordan? I mean, DeAndre Jordan had a bigger peak of his career. What are their potentials? DJ's got a B+. Brook, though, was a dominant player. I just don't know if 2K recognizes that. Let's get Brook Lopez here. Brook Lopez, we dump our backup center, and now the team is like spaced out to ridiculous levels. So we have Derrick Rose, Sean Livingston, DeMar DeRozan, Daquan Cook, Jimmy Buckets, Luol Deng gonna bump up to the 4. He's a defensive specialist. It is what it is, but he can shoot a little better than Carlos Boozer can, that's for sure. He's a little younger. I don't know why we brought him back, even though we traded him away. Jason Davis, I thought that was Johnny Davis. And Brook Lopez, give me a backup center, and this team now has much better offense. Our defense is whatever, but look, we're trying to compete with the freaking sure. We're trying to compete with the Heat. I'm going all in. I know Tom Thibodeau's our coach, but I'm going all in on the offense. Brook Lopez, I don't know if he can shoot now, but he will learn how to shoot in the future. Luol Deng can shoot. Jimmy Buckets can shoot. DeMar DeRozan can shoot. I know they all theoretically don't shoot that well, but they're getting there. Jeez. Well, they're going to get there eventually, all right? Get your shooting up, boys. We need to develop. The old school NBA was so funny. Why couldn't anybody shoot back then? Why did it take 20 years and Steph Curry to learn how to shoot the ball? LeBron James wins his back-to-back MVP, 29, 7, and 8, 1 steal, under a block, 54, 75, 34 splits. Kawhi Leonard, Rookie of the Year for the Bobcats. That just don't look right. 21 for him. Goran Dragic, 6th Man of the Year for the Suns. Dwight Howard, Defensive Player of the Year. DeAndre Jordan, Most Improved on the Clippers. Oh, that's right. We traded for Brook Lopez. No. Scotty Brooks does win Coach of the Year, but we win Executive of the Year, the best team in the NBA. Derrick Rose does make the All-NBA first team. Nobody on the second or third team. Nobody on the defensive teams. Don't ask me why. Jimmy Buckets on the All rookie first team up to a 79 overall. We are the number 2 seed. Really, we're tied with the Heat. It is what it is. You just gotta deal with the Miami Heat. You gotta deal with LeBron James. But leading the NBA in scoring is a 33-year-old Kobe Bean Bryant. Rebounds is Dwight Howard, and assist is Rajon Rondo. Steals is Rajon Rondo. Blocks is Serge Ibaka, and field goal percentages is Derrick Rose. Oh my God. He shot 46% from the three-point line. What a ridiculous number. Free throw champion goes to Eddie House, and the three-point king is James Jones on the Thunder, 50%. Matt Boner shot 48%. What are these numbers that we're getting these days? Oh my gosh. Team stats. We were second offensively, which is a little disappointing. I know the Thunder are gods. It is what it is. We have to deal with that too. But I really wanted our offense to take a step up. Jeff Green's not an 80 overall. Interesting. Defensively, we are the second best team in the NBA because I'm trying to transform this team from defense to offense because offense wins championships. Point differential is second in the NBA to the Thunder. Field goal percentages, we're first. 3-point percentages, we're climbing. 6 free throws, who cares? How did we do statistically? I know we traded half the team away in the middle of the season. It is what it is. We got younger and we got more offensively gifted. Brook Lopez, 17 and 7. That'll work. 28, 29, 5 and 10 for D Rose is just ridiculous numbers. Luol Deng giving us 17, that's fine. Debo up to 17. Jimmy gave us 15 to start. So we shore up the bench. This has to be a championship team. Rebounding is a little bit of a problem. I grant you that. I don't know why Brook Lopez can't rebound. He's a pretty good rebounder. Come on, 2K. Do that. What are we doing? 3-point percentages, 37 for Luol Deng, 46 for D Rose, Daquan Cook 33, Jimmy Buckets 32, DeMar DeRozan 18. It's fine. He's young. He's developing. We'll get him better. Trust me. Jimmy Butler's going to learn how to shoot. DeMar DeRozan's going to learn how to shoot, and this team is going to take off. Brook Lopez was wildly disappointing for us, but we'll see how that produces for us as we are the 2 seed, taking on the Washington Bullets. No Brad Beal. Okay, they have JaVale McGee on the Wizards. John Wall, when he was good, injuries are off. Nick Young. John Wall's another one of those players. If he was able to survive any injury whatsoever, he would have been one of the most fun players in the history of basketball. Balance from us. 93-114 victory. John Wall 21. Nick Young 21. The rest of their team is bad. 2-0. 3-0. I'm expecting an Eastern Conference. Wow, we're 2-2 with the freaking Wizards. Come on, get out of here. There we go. 4-2 now to take on the Orlando Magic. I expect us to lose in the Eastern Conference Finals this year. And then next year we take off. Debo's going to develop. Jimmy's going to develop. I mean, even Brook Lopez is going to develop. We get like 1 or 2 better bench players. We're set to win. I just don't think our window is now because of the way that 2K loves the Heat and the Thunder. You know, we take it on the Magic. Jameer Nelson, Lakers legend, JJ Redick, Vince Carter, Rashard Lewis, Dwight Howard's a beast, but like, we win game 1. D Rose 33, 7 and 10, 5 turnovers though. Luol Deng 21, Dwight Howard 27 and 14, Jameer Nelson 20 and 16, and they lost? That's about as good as the Magic can do. Come on now. 2-1, 3-1, and 4-1. Now to take on the Miami Heat. It is what it is. Eddie House is their point guard. I mean, their team is bad. Landry Fields is the only guy that they brought in. But hey, we win game 1. That's how it works. LeBron James 33, 7, 7, 3, 2. Are you kidding me? These LeBron numbers are ridiculous. What happened? D-Wade put up 8 points on them. D Rose 25. Brook Lopez 20 and 15, Debo 18, Luol Deng 18, Jimmy Buckets 13, the rookie. And we're up 2-0. We're 3-0ing the Miami Heat in year 2? Are you kidding me? 4-1. Now to take on the Clippers. Baron Davis. A young Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Kaman. Oh, we just won a championship. Game 1, Derrick Rose 34 and 9, Brook Lopez 16. I mean, this team isn't even ready yet. I think we are 1 or 2 years away still, and we have won 4-0 fashion. Derrick Rose, NBA Finals MVP. That just rolls off the tongue perfectly. That's what that's supposed to be. That's destiny. Ben Wallace is retiring. Now anybody can win 1 in a row. Jason Kidd going to the Hall of Fame, gonna get his jersey retired, so is Ben Wallace. Can you win 2? Team branding, relocate, and completely rebrand the New Jersey Nets to the Brooklyn Nets. I hated when they did that. I love the New Jersey Nets old school logo. The Brooklyn logo now is just boring, you know? It's black and white. Team branding, change the logo to the Charlotte Bobcats. I also like the old school Bobcats. I feel like The Bobcat looked fast, while the Hornet just looks like, I understand. Ooh, look, it's a Hornet. Zzz, looks dumb. Get out of my face. Change the number of rules. I'm in. Or change the number of fouls. And who's going to win this draft class? The Toronto Raptors have 3 top 6 picks because we traded for DeMar DeRozan. The Heat via Cleveland? I don't know how that works. And the Timberwolves. And it goes Cavaliers winning. Raptors 2, 5, and I think that's it. And Rockets. We gave up a lot to get DeMar DeRozan, but you know what? That paid off with a championship. And on to the draft. Fastest man of the class is Dorell Forrest. Which draft class is this anyway? Oh, it's the Anthony Davis draft class. Yeah, that's a good one. Fastest man of the class is Dorell Forrest, Andy Malone, and Donald Eaton. Most agile is Jack Hart and Deion Jameson and a whole bunch of players. Highest vertical is a whole bunch of players. Highest bench press is Anthony Roberts and Jared Solinger. Wow, big fatty. And best shot three-pointer is Brad Beal. He's the best three-point shooter? I don't know about that. Harrison Barnes, Dorell Forrest, Andrew Boner is here. Now, is this... I don't think there's any way for us to trade into like the top 10, is there? Pick 9? Is that feasible? And I'll give you this created backup center that I don't know who exists in like some seconds. You know, I'm not in love with the idea of trading into this draft class, but at the same time, it'd be fun to just pick somebody up who could be part of the future. And there we go. We have pick number 9. So, number 1 overall to the Cleveland Cavaliers, just like in history, Anthony Davis goes. It's an interesting fit. Imagine instead of Kyrie, they got AD, and all this Lakers, AD, LeBron would have happened in Cleveland. How would that play out? 2 goes Draymond Green. Draymond Green goes number 2 overall. 3 to the Rockets goes Dre Drum. 4 to the Timberwolves goes Damian Lillard. Got their point guard of the future finally. 5 to the Raptors goes Joel Baldwin. Oof. Swing and a miss there. 6 to the Pistones goes Brad Beal. Nice pickup for them. 7 goes Jared Solinger. 8 to the Hornets goes Harrison Barnes. That would have been a good pickup for us. And here we are at pick 9. Is there anybody good left? I feel like they just took all the good players. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple players that could work. Chris Middleton. He's a C player right now. I don't know. They kind of took like the good players in this draft class. So unless Chris Middleton is the pick, what can we get for pick number 9? Jose Calderon, I'm in. All right, Chris Middleton is the play. It is what it is. Not a great pickup because I think he's a low overall coming out of the draft. He's a 74, but they kind of took the best players. Harrison Barnes was really as low as I was willing to go. Was there anybody else who was good behind him? Dante Teague, Austin Rivers, Festus Ezeli. Yikes. All right, well, it is what it is. We got Chris Middleton out of the draft. Not a bad pickup for us. Wes Roberts, yeah, you're not coming back. Boobie Gibson, Taj Gibson, DeMar DeRozan are coming back. Qualifying offers, D Rose and Brook Lopez are going to be asking for a lot of money. And people are going to be offering them a lot of contracts too. So this could theoretically be fun going after Dwight Howard. I just don't think we have the capability to make that work. Derrick Rose, please come back for life. We want you on the Bulls for the rest of your career. Brook Lopez, I mean, you're fine. Come back, I guess. There we go. Both players are back, although it says I don't have enough money to sign Brook Lopez. Since when? But the hard cap doesn't work? Who do we have too much money spent on? Is it Brian Scalabrine? He's got to go? I mean, I figured we'd have enough money since we have bird rights. Is that not a thing? All right, Jason Davis, just go away. Brian Scalabrine isn't earning $1 million. Can I really not afford Brook Lopez? What is happening? Why can't I have my players? Don't renounce the rights on Brook Lopez. Are you dumb? Somebody offer him a contract and then I'll sign him. What is happening? Okay, fun. I'm just going to go and make sure that Brook Lopez is on the team. 2K is broken. It is what it is. You just got to deal with stuff like this when you're playing old school throwback 2K24. Onto player progression. Derrick Rose is up to a 97. Brook Lopez up to an 86. Debo up to an 85. The three-pointer is, though, stuck to D+. Jimmy Buckets up to an 80. Brian Scalabrine regressing hard, but we need him on the team. White Mamba. And the rest of the team is just kind of holding steady, but we did win a championship. We got a little bit better with development. This is going to be our year to go back-to-back. Anybody can win 1 in a row. and you'll win 2 in a row. Nine-man rotation gonna look something like this. D Rose, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Buckets, Luol Deng, Brooke Lopez, Sean Livingston, Daquan Cook, Taj Gibson, Chris Middleton. Now the 9th man off the bench. Preseason power rankings, we are 2nd again. The Miami Heat are still better than us. Fair enough. They have LeBron James, but that's it. Leroy Hardy, their starting point guard's name is Leroy, and they're better than us? Come on, 2K. LeBron James wins his 3rd MVP, 28, 8, and 9, 1 steal, 1 block. Anthony Davis, Rookie of the Year for the Cavs. That's just weird. Goran Dragic, once again, 6th Man of the Year. Louis Ryder, Defensive Player of the Year. Louis Ryder. Kemba Walker, Most Improved. Scotty Brooks, Coach of the Year. Executive of the Year is some guy. All-NBA first team. No Bulls? D-Rose on the 2nd team, but D-Rose is running the NBA right now. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Wait. Chris Middleton didn't make an all-rookie team? Wait, what? Wait, what? So points, wow, points are down. D-Rose 22, 6, and 10. Luol Deng up to 19 points a night. Really? I didn't know Luol Deng was capable of almost a 20-point per game performance. I guess so. Brooke Lopez 17 and 8. DeMar DeRozan 16. Jimmy Buckets 12. Chris Middleton gave us 7. I guess that's fair. He only played 12 minutes a night. It is what it is. Up to a 77. Wow. I mean, he's good for us. Rebound still needs some improvement. Assist though is great. 3-point shooting. How did we do? Are we a little bit better now? 40 from Luol Deng, 38 from D Rose, 42 for Daquan Cook. Jimmy Butler up to 30, 29. Actually, that's down. Chris Middleton 37, but Debo 22. And Brooke Lopez 0. I was hoping that Brooke would be shooting some threes by now. What's his 3-point shot? A 50? And he's mad? Why are you aggro? Why are relations aggro? You're a starting center, dude. Oh, it's because the contract is broken. That's why I hate 2K24's contract. It's fine. Luol Deng is our best player in plus minuses. I don't know what to do with that. League leader in scoring goes to, oh my God, why are the menus like this? So I'll tell you what happens. So you go through the menu. The first menu, you start always at the top, league news, and you have to scroll down. You go into a sub menu, you always start at the top. You got to go through whichever one you want. I want season stats. The third menu, it saves where you were and where you canceled out of. Why? I don't know. It just does. 2K24. Incredible. Points goes to Kobe Bean. League leader in points is Kobe Bean. Brian rebounds is Greg Oden. Really? And assist is Rajon Rondo. Steals is Rajon Rondo. Blocks is DeAndre Jordan. Field goal percentages is DeAndre Jordan. Free throws goes to Stephanie. And the 3-point king is once again J.R. Smith. How do we do in the team stats with this newly revamped team? Offensively, we're the 2nd best team in the NBA. The Thunder are ridiculous. Defensively, we're the 4th best team in the NBA, giving us an 11.4 point differential, 2nd best in the NBA. Field percentages, we're 3rd. 3-point percentages, we're 7th. Like, we're not 1st, but we're kind of hanging around, so it's good. It's not great. We are the #1 seed in the East, and we are taking on the New York Knicks. An old Amari, but he's not injured. No Melo. They have Danilo Gallinari. Raymond Felton's an 86 overall. That's an interesting stat. We win game 1. D Rose 28 and 12. Brooke Lopez 25. Luol Deng 21 and 12. For them, Amari led the way. I mean, they have no scoring. They have no punch. They have no juice. They need somebody like I don't know, some sort of offensive weapon like a Carmelo Anthony that could really put their team over the top. 4-1 now to take on the Anthony Davis Cleveland Cavaliers. They brought in Kevin Love. What? When did they do that? Oh, is it because the Kevin Love contract got broken? No, he just signed. All right. Kevin Love made his way to the Cavs, and Anthony Davis, they're rocking a twin tower lineup there, but we still win game 1. D Rose 26, Luol Deng 26, Brooke Lopez. I mean, we got balance. There's so much scoring punch now on this team that we just outscore everybody, and this is in the 2010s. Taking on the Magic, we're not even taking on the Heat. Oh boy, what is Dwight Howard 20 and 10 gonna do to us? We win game 1. D Rose 32, 8 and 13, 4 blocks. Debo with 18, Luol Deng with 15, Brooke Lopez 15, Daquan Cook with 11. As for them, Vince Carter led the way in scoring, and that's all you need to know. Vince Carter is like 90 years old at this point in the rebuild. We're up 2-1. We're up 3-1. 3-2. 4-2. Now to take on the Sacramento Kings? All right, so let's look at this. Beno Udrih, Mike Bibby replacement, is not an 82 overall. That's disgusting. Tyreek Evans, he fizzled out, but he was pretty good. Won Rookie of the Year. Omri Caspi is not an 84 overall. We gave him Carlos Boozer. That's fair. Boogie Cousins, 91 overall. AK-47 to Holden at an 81. Aaron Flalo, Anton Jameson, Corey Brewer. I don't know how this team is in the NBA Finals, really. DeMar DeRozan, 24. Brook Lopez, 24. Derrick Rose had a quiet 14, 12, and 12 in 3 and 1 game. As for them, Omri Caspi is leading the way. 2K's funny right now. We win 2-0, we win 3-0, and we 4-0 sweep Derrick Rose back-to-back NBA Finals MVP. Now, anybody can win 1 in a row. A few teams win 2 in a row, but can you win 3 in a row? Can you complete the three-peat led by Derrick freaking Rose? Steve Nash, T-Mac, and VC are all going into the Hall of Fame. Only Steve Nash gets his jersey retired? Let's see. If I'm the Magic, I probably retire T-Mac's jersey. Vince Carter, it's tough. He played for every team ever. Maybe the Nets, I would think about retiring his jersey there. League meetings. Oh, I forgot the historic meetings, whatever. League meetings, are any of these worthwhile? No. Another draft lottery. I don't know whose draft this is. It's the one after Anthony Davis. It goes Rockets and Suns most likely to win. And it goes Rockets, Suns, Bucks, Jazz, Bobcats. Staff signing, we're good. On to the NBA Draft Combine. The fastest man of the class is Julian Hughes and Dennis Schroeder. Most agile is Julian Hughes and Albert Jameson. Highest vertical is Nerlens Noel. Remember when Nerlens Noel went like 3 overall or something? Oof. Tom Hardy. And Julian Hughes and Gabriel Mann. Highest bench press is Dion Mills. Why is Steven Adams not up here? Steven Adams doesn't have the highest bench press? Really? He's down here at 18. Okay. Well, best shot three-pointer. Victor Oladipo, KCP, CJ McCollum. If I remember, this is a very mediocre draft class. Not a lot that you want to pull. Oh, it's Giannis. That's why. The Giannis Antetokounmpo draft. We can't shoot anyway, so I'm not going to draft him. Victor Oladipo, Seth Curry. Akudo Campazzo. Okay. Steven Adams way down here. Here's the deal. Here's the play. If Giannis falls to 2, we'll take him. But number 1 overall, the Houston Rockets take Lamar Scott. I gotta trade up to 2. I mean, this is for the three-peat, right? Who can I trade away? Daquan Cook's been so good for us. I don't have any players that I could trade. I'd have to give up somebody in our core to move up to the number 2 overall pick. Do I really want to move Sean Livingston for Giannis? Can we really move on from Daquan Cook when he's been so good for us? I'd have to give up every first-round pick, our backup point guard, and our backup shooting guard, and White Mamba Brian Scalabrine to even try to move up to number 2 overall for Giannis. I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. If Giannis goes to 3, we'll try again. But the Phoenix Suns, number 2 overall, take Giannis Antetokounmpo. We don't have enough draft capital. We don't have enough players on our team. It is what it is. He's only a 77 overall. So is Nerlens Noel. Nerlens Noel and Giannis Antetokounmpo are the same overalls. We just didn't have enough players. So we'll bring back Taj Gibson, DeMar DeRozan. We need a backup center still. We've already won 2 championships. Like, what else do I really need to prove for this team? Brook Lopez needs to come back. I forgot about that. How do I get Brook Lopez on this team without 2K being dumb? Okay, how we looking? Derrick Rose, Sean Livingston, DeMar DeRozan, Daquan Cook, and Chris Middleton, Jimmy Buckets, Luol Deng, Taj Gibson, Brian Scalabrine. Let's bump up Chris Middleton to the backup 3, where he even goes up overalls. That's beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? If we just say Taj Gibson can moonlight as a backup center for us and we go small, I mean, that's good enough for me. I would like to get maybe a shooter instead of Sean Livingston to be our backup shooting guard. Is there anything in that area you'd like to do? Yeah, I'm in. DJ Augustin in a first. So Derrick Rose, DJ Augustin, DeMar DeRozan, Daquan Cook, Jimmy Buckets, Chris Middleton, Luol Deng, White Mamba, White Chocolate, Brian Scalabrine, Brook Lopez, and then Taj Gibson. Their shooting didn't come along as much as I kind of hoped that they would. But you know what? It's fine. This year's free agency, Stephanie Curry back on the Warriors, James Harden to the Thunder for 5 years. Could you imagine if they kept James Harden, Blake Griffin back on the Clips, Brandon Jennings back on the Bucks? Oh man, I remember when Brandon Jennings and Kyrie Irving went at it in the All-Star game. Never not forget that Brandon Jennings was supposedly going to be as good as him. And then he wasn't. Josh Smith back on the Hawks, DeMar DeRozan back to us, Serge Ibaka to the Sixers, Tyreek Evans back on the Kings, Iggy to the Rockets, and Nicolas Batum on the Blazers. On to player progression for the final year. The three-peat is underway. Let's go, Bulls Nation. DeMar DeRozan up to an 86. D-Rose up to a 98. Brook Lopez, he's just not developing. I don't know what to do with that. Luol Deng holding. Jimmy's up to an 83. Chris Middleton goes up 5 overall points. And Brian Scalabrine is locked in at a 61 overall. If that's not the greatest player in the NBA, I don't know what else you want to... How else do you describe the planet Earth unless you include Brian Scalabrine? Preseason power rankings, we are second again to the Miami Heat. It is what it is. Eric Boner has a second as well. 9-man rotation, gonna look something like this. Derrick Rose, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Buckets, Luol Deng, Brook Lopez, DJ Augustin, Chris Middleton, Daquan Cook, and Taj Gibson. We kept a lot of the pieces of this team together. I'm kind of proud of that. At the same time, we moved some stuff around, got some young players. I'm a little disappointed in the Brook Lopez signing, but everything else has paid off. And look, we've won 2 championships in a row already. And you'll win 3? Okay, the team is playing like dog right now, and I have no idea why. This is the exact same team that won a championship. I'm going to trade away Taj Gibson and Daquan Cook and hope that we're not just a 32-17 team? We're a 60-win team. We're a 70-win team. Why aren't we playing as good as we should be? Taj, you're old. You're undersized. Get out of the way and make room for Tiago Splitter. Kendrick Perkins, interesting. Johan Pietro, not interesting. Jan Mahinmi. Okay, Greg Monroe's going to be the backup center now. Traded away 2 first-round picks and Taj. And then Daquan Cook needs to go. The DJ Augustin experiment has not worked out. We even bring back Sean Livingston. I just wanted more shooting. I don't know why my team isn't shooting. Like, Jimmy Butler is a decent 3-point shooter. They gave him a 77. Chris Middleton is a good 3-point shooter. They gave him a 76. DeMar DeRozan isn't a horrific 3-point shooter. He's like a low 30s. 64 is probably fair, let's be honest. Like, how do I get more shooting? Luol Deng, A+. Daquan Cook's an A. DJ Augustin, get better than DJ Augustin. What do you got for me? Goran Dragic, I'm in. He's like an inch taller. All right. What else? What else? What else? I mean, there's no other trades that I'd want to make. This is a trade for Dirk, who's 1 million years old. Do I trade for Dwayne Wade? Like Kobe, maybe. How about Kobe for DeMar DeRozan? And $14 million. The salaries don't work. We have to win with his team. Look at that. Boogie Cousins wins MVP. 30 and 14 for him. Giannis does win Rookie of the Year, but it's not great numbers. 14 and 7, 21% from the 3-point line. Nikola Vucevic, 6th Man of the Year. LeBron James, Defensive Player of the Year. Mitchell Warren wins Most Improved. Okay. Tom Thibodeau does win Coach of the Year, but we don't win Executive of the Year, even though I made midseason trades to make this team even better. Are you kidding me? Derrick Rose on the All-NBA 3rd team. Nobody on the defensive teams. Nobody on the rookie teams. You know what? That's okay because we're the #1 team, and the Miami Heat are the 8th seed. Okay, league leader in scoring once again. Kobe Bryant, 96 overall at 35 years young. Our rebounds is Boogie Cousins, and assist is Clifford Paul. Steals is Rajon Rondo. Blocks is Serge Ibaka, and poker percentages is DeAndre Jordan. Free throws is Stephanie. 3-point king is Steve Novak, who's a pretty good 3-point shooter, let's be honest. How did we do? D-Rose down at 21 still. Luol Deng 17. DeMar DeRozan 16. Brook Lopez 14. Jimmy 14. Goran Dragic 13. Chris Middleton been a little underwhelming, is an 81 overall. Only 8 points a night for him. Per 36, that's about 15. He was better last year, honestly. Rebounds are a struggle. Assists, though, I mean, Derrick Rose is still incredible. Three-pointers, I've been working long and hard to get our team better at three-point shooting. Tell me it's paying off. Derrick Rose, 41. Luol Deng, 38. Jimmy's still 27. All right, Goran Dragic, 41. Daquan Cook, 40. DeMar DeRozan, 28. Chris Middleton, 33. Yikes. But the plus minuses jumped up a little bit. So Greg Monroe and Goran Dragic did help the team somewhat, which was kind of weird and inexplicable why we weren't playing well. But offensively, we are the 4th best team in the NBA. Defensively, we're the 5th best team in the NBA, giving us an 8.1 differential, number 2 in the NBA behind the Thunder because the Thunder are gods. Field percentages, we're 3rd. 3-point percentages, we're getting worse. I don't know, we're getting worse at three-pointers. That's been my whole goal, is to build a team around Derrick Rose and like Jimmy Butler and DeMar DeRozan shoot 12% from the three-point line. Brook Lopez never learned to shoot the three-pointer apparently. I don't know. But you know what? We built a good team around them, and we're taking on the Miami Heat. And the Miami Heat are bad? Hey, I'll take it. 4-0 this 8 seed. We don't need to even worry about them, right? 3-0, 4-0. The Heat, 4-1. The Heat have been eliminated in the first round. Taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Anthony Davis, Kevin Love duo. Yeah, I mean, they're okay. We're just better. Jimmy with 18. Derrick Rose was 17 and 17. As for them, 80, 23. Kevin Love, 22. 6 and 9 rebounds respectively. Nice, but we're 2-0ing them. We're 2-1ing them. We're, oh God, 2-2ing them. Yeah, let's hop into Simcast. Let's make sure that we win these basketball games. Let's make sure that we win a championship. Back and forth game here. Losing in the 3rd quarter, going to the 4th quarter. It's not great. 4th quarter, up by 3. We may have to hop in and clutch and close this one out. I'll hop in at the sub 3-minute mark. I don't want to play too much 2K, but I do need a lead. I'm not hopping in while we're down. Up by 1, tie ball game. Up by 1. Is that enough of a lead? Am I gonna choke this? Are we choke artists? They had Chris Middleton playing center. Come on now. Come on, what are we doing, 2K? All right. All right, okay, all right. So Anderson Varejao was in, which is funny to me. I don't know who this Weber guy is. We're just gonna double AD. Anderson Varejao take the 3. He does not, baby. And Thaddy Young is ball handling. I'm there if you need help. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. I'm there. Wow. Really? Pick and roll. It's an oop. It's a bounce pass. It's a, oh gosh, it's a foul. I need to turn releases off. We're not playing in franchise mode anymore. Turn these release timings off. And with all due respect, Anderson Varejao stinks. And so does Luol Deng playing defense on Anthony Davis. Come on, send me a good screen and let's just rock. Let's just rock, let's just roll. That's a foul for sure. Okay, we're losing. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Run the break. We got numbers. Big basket here. Big time to shine. Brook Lopez with the little jump hook. Misses. Doesn't even go for the rebound. Why would he? What are rebounds anyway? Rebounds are just pathetic misses. Anything? Anything good happening here? We don't get rebounds. That's cool. Yeah, we have to foul. Foul. Why is the foul button? What, am I fucking stupid? I have to switch on to press foul now? Thank you, 2K. Taking it. Derrick Rose, open, 3. Bang! Ties the ball game up. MVP Derrick Rose, giving us buckets. Oh, I'm terrified. I don't want to watch this. 2K, you decide. You let me know if we're gonna win this game or not. I don't even want to be a part of this. Here we go. 5 seconds left. Going to overtime on the home court. The plays for some guy named Weber from 3. In and out. And we're going to overtime. Okay. Just pointing out that Kevin Love is fouled out of the game, so it's really Anthony Davis versus the entire Chicago Bulls team. And I say that and we're losing. And we can't score. We scored 0 points. Oh, you can score in overtime? I didn't know that that was allowed. All right, now it's tied up. 3-point lead, hopping in, playing defense, clutching and closing this one out. Nothing easy, nothing cheap. Anthony Davis is their only offensive weapon. My ball, my ball, my ball, my ball, my ball. Mo Williams is like 90 years old. Let's go. Turning on the Jets. Derrick Rose blows by Mo Williams with the dunk. They need a timeout. I mean, Derrick Rose got that dog in him. Don't switch off your players. There we go. That's ball game. Brook Lopez going to the free throw line. Now it's a 5-point lead. Now it's a 6-point lead. Now it's a 7-point lead. And they call their last timeout. Tough three in the corner, and that is ball game there. Your Chicago Bulls have won game 5. Not saying much, I know. But Derrick Rose throws it down too easy, and that's how this one is going to end. 125-118. Huge conclusion to that overtime after not scoring in the first 3 minutes. Now they're up 3-2 against this lowly Cleveland Cavaliers squad, and 4-2 now to take on the Brooklyn Nets. Devin Harris, J.R. Smith, Danny Wise, Derek Favors, our old friend Joakim Noah. Yeah, this team is bad. They don't even have a single 90 overall. And Derrick Rose, 22, 9, and 8. Jimmy, 19. DeMar, 18. Luol Deng, 14. Brook Lopez, 12. Daquan Cook, 12. Goran Dragic, 10. Do you have enough scoring? This offensive menace of a team is down 2-1 to the Brooklyn Nets. What is happening? Who is giving us the business there? It's, with all due respect, I mean, who's on their team? Jordan Farmar and Joakim Noah. We can't be losing to this team, right? We're going for a three-peat. Jordan Farmar is not going to end the three-peat. Look how annoyingly close this game is. Are you kidding me? Come on now. 106-91. 3-2. 4-2. Let's take on the Thunder. Let's take on our real basketball team, and then we can talk about how good Jordan Farmar is. Going into the third quarter, looking to close out. We have a double-digit lead, and we're just going to take this all the way 143-103. Now to take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Cliff Paul, Emeka Okafor, Klay Thompson. Interesting. All right, let's see how this plays out. Game 1, we win. Luol Deng with 19, Goran with 18, 17, 16, 15, 15, 11, 8, 7. Like, nobody doesn't produce for our team. As for them, Clifford Paul was great. But they're missing, like, a, you know, if they had an Anthony Davis caliber player on their team in the New Orleans Pelican squad, that would probably be enough to help them win a championship. Well, let's see if we can complete the sweep. We're losing by about double digits. Back and forth game here going into the fourth quarter. Low scoring affair, high scoring affair. 3 minutes left. And yeah, let's close this one out. 112, 108, 1.5 minutes remaining. Now I'm curious, what does a Derrick Rose alley-oop look like? Is that possible to see? Derrick Rose, the athletic specimen. Oh, when your point guard can throw down the oop, you know that you have an MVP on your team. I wish that injuries weren't a thing sometimes in the NBA. Derrick Rose too fast, Euroing, floating. And this game is over. I don't know who, oh, that was Clifford Paul trying to play defense on us. Too little, Derrick Rose too strong. I might be choking this one away. Hold on. I mean, we had the win in the bag, and then I screwed myself, and they stole the ball, and DeMar DeRozan missed. But you know what? We have Derrick Rose. We got the MVP. Look at this man's makeup bucket. Call a timeout. And that's going to do it. No respect for the Hall of Fame CPU as we sweep them on their home court. We complete the three-peat. Imagine if 2K had an animation for a three-peat instead of just the same boring animation every single time. But hey, you know, that's just me. I'm not a multi-billion-dollar corporation that exploits its people for MyTEAM packs. There it is. Emeka Okafor in tears as the vintage Derrick Rose what if rebuild has succeeded. It's just one of the more tragic stories because Derrick Rose is a fan favorite. He loved Chicago. Chicago loved him. He brought everything he could, his energy, his intensity, his livelihood to the city. But injuries just destroyed this man's superstar potential. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure, if not even better than that. But that is going to do it for this one. Let's watch the ceremony. Thank you so much for watching. As there is Derrick Rose hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, led by Brian Scalabrine. Don't forget about White Mamba. And the NBA Finals MVP goes to none other than Derrick Rose. 3 in a row.